So, I've finished university. Nearly. Not quite. I've got one exam in like 3 weeks' time, but everything else is done with university now, so I can sort of get back to doing this daily now, because I know the past 2 weeks or so I've been pretty poor uploading, but because I've had a lot of work to do. But it's all out the way now, and we can just get back to finishing off the Lincoln Loco and hopefully winning the Champions League pretty soon. Hello and welcome back to the Lincoln Loco. Today it's Deja Vu as we're playing Man United and Ajax once again, and I think we'll probably make it a 3-game special. We'll have Stoke in there as well. I've just noticed as well, this kicks off a run of games at home. We've got like 5 in a row at home. How many do we have at home? If we look down here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know, one away. Then okay. So, and then we've got loads away actually, so maybe not the best little bit because we've got loads away afterwards, but that's quite cool having loads of games at home. We've only played the one game in between episodes, and that was a 2-0 win over Tottenham. Oriol and Morales scoring goals in the early stages of the game to make sure we won that 2-0. So a pretty decent result. I was happy with that game in the end. It doesn't really change the table much at all. We're still a good 7 points behind Manchester United, which could change today if we beat them. Then we're only 4 points behind them, but we are a long way ahead of Arsenal, 9 points ahead of them, and ridiculously far ahead of Man City and West Ham as well. So I don't think we have to worry about coming outside the top 2 this season. It's just if we're going to get first or second, really. No real news to talk about either, because there's only been the one game in between. Nothing's really happened. So we're going to kick things off straight away with the Man United game today. Obviously, we lost to them last episode in the League Cup final. But if we beat them today, that'll make up for it, because it means we get close to them in the league. And I'd rather win the league title than the League Cup, I suppose. So, Sesa starts in goal with that Belgian chap Patino, Kaufman and Hernandez as that back line. Jalapeno and Oriol start in the midfield with Morella and the Butcher out on the wings. Wolf Thomas and Mark Hall start up front today because Hammer Time's a little bit tired. In fact, most players are a little bit tired actually. We've only had 2 days off since the Tottenham game. So a couple of players are looking tired out there. We made a few little changes to bring some fitter players on, but other than that, it's a relatively tired side actually. Right, so kickoff is upon us here, and we're looking for a huge 3 points today, so fingers crossed it happens. So the first highlight of the game starts with Sesa punting the ball upfield towards Morales, who does win the ball, plays down to Jalapeno now, and we're trying to spread the play out into the centre of the pitch a little bit more, just trying to get a few options out there. Morales gets past his man, puts it into Mark Hall, and 7 minutes into the game, we are 1-0 up against Manchester United. Now, this is very reminiscent of the Cup final. We went 1-0 up pretty early on, and then we lost it 3-1. So we just have to hold our horses, keep things steady for the next 80 minutes or so, and the 3 points is all ours. Free kick for Man United on the edge of the area now. Klaas takes it, but just puts it wide of the post. He's a player that we've tried to sign a few times, actually. He was at Chelsea, and they never let us have him, and then Man United put a bid in for him, and there he went. He was off. So that was quite annoying at the time, actually. But we got Hernandez instead, who I think is probably a better player, so in the end, we managed to win that, I think. So what could be the final highlight of this first half, we've just won the ball back, actually. It's been a very, very quiet first half, which I like. I do like that quiet first half. I don't want any action particularly. Thomas puts it in the back of the net after Hall puts his cross in. 2-0 just before half-time, and that is fine by me. We've had little highlights. We had the goal, the free kick and the goal. They've been the highlights. That's all I want, really. I want a quiet game because I want the 3 points against Man United, just so we can start to close the gap a little bit. As you can see, it's down to 4 points now, but their goal difference is far superior. So we're going to have to rely on a big goal swing, as well as Man United slipping up a little bit as well. They slipped up quite a bit last season towards the end of it, so hopefully they'll do the same thing again this year, and then we can go and snatch the title. But I think the Stoke game is coming up. I can't remember if it's a week away or like a few days away. I think it must be a week away, because then we've got the what game is it? The Ajax game afterwards. That's probably like a Tuesday or a Wednesday. So I think we have got a week actually until the Stoke game. So there's no real pressure to make subs right now, but we are going to take the Butcher off the pitch. He's not played particularly well today. In fact, Morales hasn't played too well either, and neither has Oriol. So I think we'll bring Mertens on for Oriol as well. They're the 2 changes we'll make right now. The defence have played pretty well, so we'll leave them on for now. But we've been comfortable in this game. Obviously, nothing much has happened. We can't really analyse too much, but I think the fact that nothing much has happened shows that we've been pretty comfortable in possession, keeping the ball to ourselves, doing what we need to do, basically. Could be a first chance for Man United, I think, in the highlights so far, other than that free kick. Glynn puts a great ball forward, although the defender can't quite get there. Patino gets there in the end. Sesa clears up towards Morales, who's got plenty of space. Puts a lovely ball across to Lukaku, who puts the ball forward to Hall, but it's not really the best one. And Man United retain possession at the back. Williams-Gwynn now back on the ball, plays a lovely ball forward to Antonio Jose. He's a real danger man. We know all about him, and there we go. That is why he's a danger man. He's instantly gone and scored a goal for Man United now, and that 2-goal cushion is looking a little bit A little bit shaky now as we need to just try and hold on. Defensively, we're looking quite tired. So, I mean, who do we bring on in this situation? Sturgis could come on, but I don't think I trust him after last game, really. We conceded 3 and he was in defence, so I don't think I quite trust him. The Belgian chap's picked up a knock. We may take him off in a second. Morella's clearance just about gets to Lacazette. I thought it was going to be quite short. But again, Lacazzette's ball forward, not the best. Tanzabe can collect it, but his ball is poor. Morella puts it forward towards Thomas, who puts it into Hall, who's just about blocked it. Goes out to Mertens, and the keeper manages to make the save there. And there's a highlight straight at the other end of the pitch now. We've cleared that free kick. Mark Cool coming forward. The Belgian chap still wants to come off. We'll take him off in a second. But Morella now could have put it beyond all doubt, but the keeper makes an absolutely superb save. And now let's take that Belgian chap off for Gomez. Corner for us now, but it's cleared by the first man, unfortunately. But Hall puts the ball back into the area, onto the head of Morale, puts it down towards Patino, but Patino only blasts it over the bar, unfortunately. But we're coming close. I just want one more goal to make sure we're safe, because I can just feel a 90th minute winner coming forward, a 90th minute equaliser rather, coming from Man United. And there's more highlights coming. The throw-in comes in now, and Man United coming forward once again. Antonio Jose there again. Patino with the tackle, but they've played through their man, and they've equalised. I mean, that's not part of the plan. We're going to say demand more. I should have said push forward, maybe. I can't change it now, can I? We'll go overload as well. That's so unlucky. So unlucky, I think. I mean, probably everyone is screaming at me saying you should have gone defensive. But I don't know how to do that, really. As Jalapeno could have saved me there from embarrassment. A draw's not too bad, but it really, really doesn't help us out. The win today was really important for us to try and close the points gap down. It could happen still as Mark Hall's been put forward, although Tanzabe gets there just before him, and Man United now have a chance to come forward. Antonio Jose's been put in behind the defence. Sesa is an absolute hero. What a save that was from him. A few seconds left on the clock. Surely not. The ball goes out for a corner, but that's probably going to be it. Oh, the corner comes in, cleared by Kaufman, and that now is finally it. Lincoln 2, Man United 2. I feel like we should have won that game, really, but I mean, we didn't lose. That's probably the main thing, really, but the win was in our hands. We should have done that. And I'm going to go aggressive, actually. Far from pleased from what I've just seen. They all seem motivated by it. What it could have been, we could have been 4 points behind them rather than 7 points, and that could have blown the title away for us, actually. Maybe we're not going to win it now because of that. I mean, PSG are absolutely going after Patrick Kaufman. This is the second or third time that they've recently got a player to praise him. Marquinhos is praising him this time. A few days ago, we had someone else praise him. I don't know. I'll see if I can find it. Not that it matters too much, really, but someone else praised him as well. There we go. Yeah, Pumpido says join us, even though he's not a real player, obviously. I'm a little bit worried that he might actually go, because he is the best defender we've got. So maybe a new contract is in order for him. So yeah, we've got 7 days until the Stoke game now, so that's a nice week off for the boys. We should also have Regen Day coming up pretty soon. It's the start of March, and that is usually when it is. So I'll let you know when the Regens come in. Oh, they took the time, but here we go. These are the new Regens. How are they looking? They're looking, I mean, apparently Stephen Middleton has got potential as one of the gifted players to come through in recent years, which is pretty good, but the most gifted player I've ever had come through is Mark Hall. So if he's one of these most gifted players come through, is he going to be the same level of Mark Hall? Let's click on him, see what it says. Okay, 4-star potential. Well, that's pretty decent. We'll take that. He's a goalkeeper as well, which is pretty nice, I've got to say. I like that. 4-star potential from him. Let's have a look at the whole squad then. Let's sort it by potential. So that Steve Middleton guy is the best out there. 3.5-star, Chris Partridge. 3-star potential players there. It's not the worst intake we've ever had, but again, it's not quite the best. But Steve Middleton could be a decent player for the future. Of course, if you want any of these guys named after you, you can join the Patreon. One of these pledges gets you to have your name in the game as a regen or something like that. So it could be one of these guys, or it could, it could be anyone really, I suppose. But if you've not checked the Patreon out already, there'll probably be a little link thing at the top or something down below in the description as well. If you want to have a little check it out, just see what it is basically. Have a little look and see if anything appeals to you there. That's all it is. Just there if you want to do it. So there you go. Have a little look if you want. Oh, Arsenal have done us a huge favour there, beating Man United 4-1. If only we could have beaten them last game, and we beat Stoke today, that'd be a point. That'd be only the point between us and Man United then. All right, everyone's looking pretty fit. We're going to bring Geordie Mertens back on in midfield. We'll bring Hammer Time on as well for Wilfred Thomas. But other than that, I feel like I don't need to make any more changes. I don't think anyone's... This is basically the starting 11 now, if I'm being honest with you. We probably need an extra centre-back or someone slightly better than Patino to come in at some point. But other than that, I think I'm quite happy with this side and things like that. So this is probably what you'll see for the rest of the season, really. Right, kick-off is upon us once again. Stoke, mid-table side. They're not bad. They're pretty decent, but I think we should have enough. They've got Despacito as well. Despacito, if you remember him, he played for us for a little while. He didn't stay long at PSG, did he? He stayed at PSG for a season. Played 3 games for them after he sold them for 38 million and then went on to Stoke. So, a bit of a waste of money from PSG there, but it made us a lot of money. And then we got the Butcher instead. So, I think we had a pretty good deal. Right, chance for us now to come forward. Morala has got the ball and he's racing forward past the defenders. Puts a ball into Mark Call at the far post. And just like that, 1, 2, 3, simple passes. It's 1-0 to Lincoln. Again, very, very similar to Man United game. 8 minutes in, we're 1-0 up. This is becoming a bit of a theme recently. There's a chance now for Stoke as they try and come forward. Although the ball to Despacito wasn't the best one. Now Hammer Time has a chance to come forward with the ball. Morala just gets tackled, but the ball goes through to Mark Call in the end. He puts it back to Hammer Time, and Hammer Time, with a finish at the near post, makes it 2-0. The 2 highlights in the game so far, resulting in the goals for us. That's pretty decent. That's going to help our goal difference out. I mean, not actually that much compared to Man United, of course. They've gone below 60 now after that massive defeat to Arsenal. But we're going to have to win a few games like 5-0 now if we want to try and catch them up, basically. At least Arsenal have made it slightly easier for us to win the title now this time. I mean, it's still a pretty hard job to do as the Butcher gets the ball, puts it back across, and Morala this time heads it into the back of the net. 3-0. Like I said, we need a big 5-0 win or something like that today to help our goal difference out, and we're starting to do that. Stoke in real life, actually, just been relegated, haven't they? Over the past weekend. West Brom went down last night after Southampton beat Swansea, so it's all changed at the moment in the Premier League right now. Who is going to be the last team to go down? Is it going to be, who is it? It's Swansea or Southampton, isn't it? And Southampton beat Swansea, so it's probably going to be Swansea going down, really, isn't it? I can't really see it happening any other way now. I think there's got to be a win for Swansea, a loss for Southampton, and a huge goal difference swing. So I think it pretty much is confirmed Swansea going down. The issue is that these shots on target, look, 16 shots but only 5 on target. If we just get a few more on target, we're bound to score a few more goals. The goalkeeper can't be that good. We need to get them on target and we should be alright, really. We'll make a few changes, of course. We've got the Champions League game in a couple of days' time, so I do want to keep a few players a little bit more rested for it. Who's looking tired? Morales looking tired out there, so we'll bring... I mean, who can even play on the left? Can anyone play on the left? Hall? No. What we've just done there. Hammer Time, no. Thomas, no. I mean, Lacasic will have to go out there, I think. Can the Butcher go there instead? I mean, we'll leave it like that anyway. Hall's looking a bit tired. I want to save him as well, so he'll come off. Wilfred Thomas can come on the pitch. We'll swap him and Hammer Time over. And then, who else is looking a little bit perhaps tired out there? We'll bring Sturgis on for Patino, I think, or Kaufman. Kaufman's on a yellow card. We don't want him getting sent off, so we'll make those 3 changes there, and they'll be nice and rested for the game coming up in a couple of days' time against Ajax. Although I think we're pretty much safe through. Was it 4-2 in the first leg? I think it's been a couple of days since I played this, so I can't quite remember. I think we won 4-2 though, so we are pretty safe going through into the next stage. But you know, you can't be too careful, can you? But we've got a chance now to make it for Hammer Time. Can he get his cross in? He does. It goes all the way through. Wilfred Thomas is there. He puts it back in, and somehow Oriel doesn't finish that. He just had to poke it past the keeper, but again, he just hit it straight at the keeper. It was harder to miss than score, basically, and he somehow missed it. Merton's on the ball now, through towards Oriel, puts it back out towards Lacasic on that right-hand side, who puts in a very, very bad cross there. He's not particularly played well in these past 2 games, I've got to say, when he's come on from the bench and things like that. When he does start, he does play pretty well, Lacasic, but these past 2 games, he's not really done much, I've got to say. And when he has done things, it's not been brilliant. Although this time, that cross, he was listening to me. He literally heard me talking about him on the touchline, and he puts in a perfect cross to Hammer Time to make it 4-0. Helps the goal difference out just that little bit more. We're now 10 goal difference behind Man United. Still 4 points, of course, as well. But every little bit helps at the moment. Every little bit helps. Hammer Time now with the ball, puts it in towards Wilfie, who hits the post, unfortunately. Could have been 5-0. Like I said, we needed a 5-0 win, and to be fair, we should have had more than 5 goals easily. But it's not quite happened for us today. Oriel on the edge of the area now, in towards Hammer Time, back to Oriel, who shoots from distance and puts it over the keeper. It is now 5-0. But as I said, it probably could be like 8-0 or something like that. We've played that well. We've just missed some easy opportunities. And there we go. Lincoln 5, Stoke 0. A much more decisive performance than the game we had against Manchester United. Puts us 4 points behind United now, which is what we've just done. Annoy them somehow by getting my assistant to do it. I need to just somehow fix it now. I was impressed with you boys. Attack, passionate. I was impressed. There we go. Everyone's happy now. And again, PSG set to make move for Kaufman. £55 million this time. Can we just... Oh, I swear we gave him a new contract recently as well. He started this contract in September. I feel like that was a new contract we gave him as well. So, when did he join? Yeah, we gave him a new contract in September. So, he should want to stay, I think. I'm certain about that. He's not really said anything to me about, oh, I want to join PSG. Alright, Ajax in a couple of days' time. I should probably rest the players, actually, before we get to that game. But, again, was it 4-2 in the end? It was 4-1 in the end, actually. Okay, that's even better. I thought it was 4-2. 4-1, even better. The draw for the quarterfinals in 2 days after this as well. So we'll do the quarterfinal draw after this game. We're going to keep the lineup the exact same as the Stoke game. I don't really feel a need to change it at all. So there we go. Same lineup again. Right, kickoff is upon us once again. We're at home, so we've got 4 away goals against Ajax. So they have to score 4, basically. They have to win 4-0 if they want to go through. And quite frankly, it's not going to happen, is it? There's not a chance they're scoring 4 goals past us, let alone winning by 4. So this almost is a pointless game to show, really. But I'd like to just show you as confirming our place in the quarterfinals. Are we had a power cut? I mean, Kaufman's just scored. This light has just gone off, and now my laptop battery, it's on charge, but now it's not on charge. I think we just had a power cut. That's so weird. Was a power cut. All the lights just came back on. There's now car alarms going off as well. And there's a light behind me that's just turned on that wasn't on before as well, which is weird. Well, we'll ignore that. We'll just get past it, shall we? We'll be all right. So, to recap, we've just gone 1-0 up. I didn't really see the goal, but I think Kaufman scored it. We've got a chance now to make it 2-0 as Hall's been put forward. Gets across to Morala, who just puts it past the goalkeeper. It's 2-0. This is like taking candy from a baby. We're into the quarterfinals. It just depends who we're going to get now. Oh, interestingly as well, in the Man United game, Antonio Jose injured. That could be crucial because he's their top goal scorer. If he's injured for a while, doesn't score goals for Man United, that could see them slip up and us start to take the lead in the Premier League. So in a way, that's quite nice for us. Mertens now with a chance to bring the ball forward. He plays it out towards the Butcher and he can get a ball back to the Butcher. I thought he was going to put it out towards Hernandez on the right on the wing there. He was really unmarked, but he didn't get it through to him in the end. Oriol now back on the ball there after it's been cleared away a little bit. And the Butcher puts a fantastic ball into Hammer Time, who nods it down to Morala, who cuts inside and puts it over the bar. We came very close there. Oriol on the ball now as he comes forward, puts a cross into the area, onto the head of Hammer Time, and Hammer Time makes it 3-0. Oriol, he should be a winger. We need to get him starting out on the wing. That was a superb cross. Ajax are now trying to come forward a little bit, although their ball there was a poor one. The Butcher collects it. Now Hall is back on the ball, puts a fantastic ball through to Hammer Time, who's in behind the defence, but I think rushed his shot a little bit there. Should have just taken a little bit more time and care with it and placed it rather than gone for power. And just, he should have scored. So the Butcher's got the ball out on the wing there, plays a neat little ball in towards Mark Hall, who again has a superb shot. Maybe should have taken a little bit more time just to control it and place it a little bit more. But again, it's just shooting practice at the moment really forward. Do what you want really out there. We're comfortably through. It's just a matter of time. Oh, Morala has just snatched that ball off the goalkeeper there. I don't know what he was doing. Morala does some wonderful stuff. His 30th goal of the season. I did not know he has exploded this season, Morala, I've got to say. The scouts and the coaches all rate him 5-star at the moment. Really, he signed for us in that first season, was pretty decent, 10 goals, 9 assists. Season afterwards, it was not as good, but this year has really stepped up. 20 in the league and now got 30 overall, 15 assists in the league, 19 overall. They've maybe got 1 or 2 more today as well. 7.89 average rating. He actually, I reckon Morala could go on to win like World Player of the Year at the end of this year. I reckon that could happen. And there we go. Lincoln 4, Ajax 0. What a win. 4-0, 8-1 on aggregate, and we are through to the quarterfinals of the Champions League for the first time ever. Get in. United and Inter drew 0-0, but United go through on away goals. So Inter Milan out. So a couple of English sides through to the quarterfinals, which is pretty interesting. Right, quarterfinal draw time. Some huge sides in here. Like I said before, Seville and Dortmund are probably the sides that I want. Maybe AC Milan and Atletico Madrid as well. I'd rather steer clear of Liverpool. Actually, no, I want Liverpool. They're rubbish this season. So I'd rather steer clear of United and PSG. But I can guarantee you now that we're going to probably get those. So AC Milan versus Man United. Good side. They're out the way, Man United. Seville, PSG, they're also out the way now. So I'm happy with any of these sides that are coming up. Liverpool versus Lincoln City. I'm happy with that, to be fair, because Liverpool really not playing particularly. Oh, I say that. It's Chelsea that I'm thinking of, isn't it? Jeez, Tom. Liverpool at the start of the season were awful, and they were in the relegation zone. But recently, as you can see, they have done pretty well for themselves and haven't lost in the last 6 games. It's Chelsea who are actually still pretty rubbish and sitting down in 17th still. So, alright, that's going to be a bit harder than I actually thought it was going to be. So next episode then, probably going to be another 3-game special. Liverpool, West Brom and Liverpool once again in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. It's going to be an exciting episode. If you enjoyed today's episode, then make sure you do drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. And I'll see you next time for some more Lincoln Loco action.